Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, June 5. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the recently completed Barbican Road expansion project was within budget and should not be viewed as a waste of taxpayers' money. Mr. Holness says the $4.4 million project is a loan negotiated with the Chinese government.
The NWA was instructed to negotiate smartly and very hard with our friends from China, Dr. Hu of Czech, to make sure that we got the best price and that we finish within budget and that there was no wastage or other forms of corruption attached to the construction.
The Prime Minister was speaking on Friday after a tour of the area. He asserted that completing the project within budget spoke to the level of accountability and integrity in the use of public funds. The Barbican Road project completion date was set back roughly 4 months due to inclement weather conditions in the latter part of last year. It's one of government's $164 million legacy projects and was upgraded to alleviate congestion in the area. Meanwhile, CEO of the National Works Agency E.G. Hunter is assuring that the remaining roadworks on Mandela Highway, Hagley Park and Constant Spring roads will be completed on schedule and within budget. Mr. Hunter was briefing the media following a tour of the roadways.
So far, the prospects appear quite good in that regard, keeping my fingers crossed, and providing there's no adverse weather events between now and the next 6 to 8 months, we should be able to bring these projects in.
Mr. Hunter is asking for the understanding and patience of the public with the traffic, noise and dust nuisances in these areas. And in anticipation of traffic diversion, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson says his team is on standby to guide motorists along the off routes.
There are some areas that will have to be closed down for works. We'll have to divert traffic, and we will ensure that in these areas where we divert traffic through other routes, that we provide enough security along those routes to ensure that the traveling public is safe.
In other news, the Ministry of Finance is reporting that approximately 130 public sector investments have been processed through the Public Investment Management System, PIMS, since its implementation in 2014. These include loans and grant-funded projects. The web-based system screens project proposals from government ministries, departments and agencies to ensure their feasibility and alignment with the country's development objectives. The PIMS is also in place to curtail underperformance of some public investment projects. Speaking at a recent JIS think tank, Executive Director for the Public Investment Management Secretariat, Douglas Livermore, said there had been strong and robust use of the system. He added that compliance was encouraging.
What this system is requiring our project developers to do is to take a more strategic approach to the development of their projects. Through the PIMS, it is hoped that careful selection, sourcing of funding and scheduling of public investment projects will be done, ensuring that the people of Jamaica receive value for money for their public investment projects.
The Public Investment Management System was implemented through amendment to the Financial Audit and Administration Act. 53 Justices of the Peace JPs were commissioned into service for the parish of St. Andrew on the weekend. Speaking at the commissioning service, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck charged the JPs to be resolute within communities as they help to engender peace, harmony and philanthropy. He reminded those appointed that the updated 2018 JP's legislation allows them to operate as justices of the peace in and outside of their parish of residence.
When you offer your service across Jamaica, it is absolutely important for you to be fair-minded and ensure that fair play at all times is displayed as you adjudicate, as you give assistance, as you try to assist people.
And finally, the Tourism Ministry is strengthening its disaster resilience with the use of satellite phones. 6 phones purchased by the ministry at a cost of $3 million were handed over to destination managers on Monday. Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett says the devices will allow for uninterrupted communication inland and across borders in the event of failure in domestic telecommunication networks.
Communication is a central part of resilience building. It enables us to not only connect with people and with ideas, but it enables also a positioning, a geopositioning of ourselves. Even if hurricanes are so strong that your cables are all destroyed, and even if the ocean currents destroy the underground cables that connect you elsewhere, the satellite is there and you can connect with it and talk.
Minister Bartlett says the satellite phones will improve communication across the tourism sector and with emergency operation centers. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thank you for watching.